Toyota's CEO has just dropped a bombshell message that's got everyone buzzing. While other car makers were racking up their EV sales, Toyota's electric offerings represented less than 1% of their total U.S. sales during its initial phase, selling only about 1,200 units. The man in the driver's seat, CEO Koji Sato, isn't shy about his feelings. He's not on the EV bandwagon and pretty much thinks the push towards going all electric is not the way to go. But if he's not into EVs, why is Toyota starting to flirt with electric models? Well, it seems they're feeling the heat from global leaders who are pushing hard for an electric future, including a certain leader from a Democratic Party. And while everyone's been debating EVs, Toyota's been cooking something under the radar. They're working on a groundbreaking new type of fuel that could turn the whole EV conversation on its head and give combustion engines a new lease on life. So why is Toyota's CEO giving EVs the cold shoulder? What's the big secret about electrification that's got everyone in a tizzy? And the million-dollar question, when will this game-changing alternative fuel hit the streets? Let's take a look at everything. All right, when the new chairman stepped in, there was a wave of speculation that he might chart a different course from Akio Toyoda. However, it quickly became clear that the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Much like Toyota, he remained unconvinced that going all in on EVs was the silver bullet for the automotive industry's future. Instead, he championed a diverse approach to tackling carbon emissions, embracing not just EVs but also hybrids, plug-in hybrids, hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, and Toyota's intriguing new fuel alternative. This multifaceted strategy stemmed from a belief that focusing solely on EVs might overlook the broader challenge, combating carbon emissions rather than fixating on the type of powertrain. This perspective was further underscored when he issued a significant caution against completely abandoning internal combustion engine cars. Echoing Toyota's broader sentiment, he argued that an exclusive shift to EVs wouldn't be the standalone solution to global climate concerns. Now you might think, okay, the new CEO has been witnessing the evolution of combustion engines for ages, so perhaps he's just leaning on familiar territory. Yet, it's not merely about holding on to the past or resisting the winds of change. He's highlighted significant challenges that lie on the path to a fully electric future, such as the potential shortages of critical materials like lithium and nickel, essential for battery production, which could lead to major supply chain issues. Moreover, he's expressed concern over the pace at which regulators are pushing for a universal switch to EVs, given the hurdles of developing adequate infrastructure, catering to diverse market preferences, and overcoming price barriers. Toyota's plan has always been about diversification. They've been keen on offering a wide range of powertrains to cater to different customer preferences. But things took a dramatic turn when Akio Toyoda, who wasn't just any CEO, but a symbol of Toyota's legacy and philosophy, found himself stepping down amidst the electrification storm. His departure highlighted a clash of visions, with Toyota championing choice and a multi-path approach to future mobility, rather than an all-in EV future. Toyota's reluctance to fully embrace the electric wave landed Toyota in hot water, painting them as one of the more resistant giants in 2023, rubbing shoulders with the likes of ExxonMobil. It didn't help that Toyota's first big leap into EVs, the BZ4X, stumbled out of the gate with safety recalls. While other car makers were racking up their EV sales, Toyota's electric offerings represented less than 1% of their total U.S. sales during its initial phase, selling only about 1,200 units. Toyota himself admitted to being a bit old school, a car guy at heart, unsure about diving headfirst into the digital and electric revolution. Then, Koji Sato stepped in, sparking speculation about Toyota's shift towards a fully electric lineup. However, Sato threw a curveball, signaling not just an embrace of EVs, but also a commitment to developing an alternative fuel source, striking a nerve with EV enthusiasts and global leaders pushing for an electric future. At Toyota's annual meeting, the company faced a wave of pressure from shareholders urging a more aggressive pivot to EVs. Yet Toyota stood firm on their broader mission, achieving carbon neutrality, not solely through EVs, but through a diverse portfolio, including continuing with hybrids. This stance didn't sit well with everyone, especially European investors and American hedge funds. For instance, the Danish fund Academiker Pension, alongside other significant voices like Norway's Storebrand Asset Management and the Dutch APG Asset Management, raised concerns about Toyota's lobbying efforts and their impact on climate policies. These shareholders and environmentalists are pushing for more transparency from Toyota, wanting the company to disclose its lobbying activities fully and align its strategies with the Paris Agreement's goals. The International Council on Clean Transportation, ICCT, even tagged Toyota as one of the laggards in its report, critiquing the company's position on EV market dominance, technology, and strategic vision. In addition, Greenpeace Japan amped up the pressure, staging a protest demanding Toyota put the brakes on fossil fuel cars. This comes on the heels of Toyota receiving a less than stellar rating from Greenpeace in its 2021 review of automakers' efforts to cut carbon. Despite setting ambitious goals to sell 3.5 million battery EVs annually by 2030, Toyota's pace in the EV race seems more a steady jog than a sprint, especially when stacked against its rivals. Toyota's leadership has been unwavering in their balanced approach towards the EV shift, emphasizing a mix of technologies including hybrids and hydrogen fuel cells alongside battery EVs. Yet they're navigating a tricky landscape, juggling both internal debates and external criticisms. But here's the thing. Toyota isn't alone in its cautious stance towards an all-EV future. Giants like BMW, Porsche, Honda, and Mercedes share similar reservations. BMW's head honcho, Oliver Zipse, has voiced concerns over putting all our eggs in the EV basket, pointing out the risk of becoming too reliant on countries like China for battery materials. He's advocating for the combustion engine as a viable option for those not ready to make the EV leap, suggesting it's a way to phase out older, less efficient cars without forcing everyone onto a path that might not fit their needs. Zipse isn't a fan of outright banning combustion engine sales either, hinting at the broader implications of such moves. Over at Stellantis, CEO Carlos Tavares has echoed this sentiment, warning that a hard stop on combustion vehicles could stir up social turmoil, with the cost of EVs potentially putting car ownership out of reach for the middle class. Honda's chief, who's spent over 30 years in engine development, admits feeling a personal pinch with the shift towards electric. However, he acknowledges that the transition is driven by what's best for the business and the environment, rather than personal sentiment. All these voices in the automotive world highlight a crucial point. The journey to a greener future is complex, filled with technological, economic, and social twists and turns. While the push for EVs is part of solving the climate puzzle, it's clear that a one-size-fits-all approach might not be the answer. And talking about multiple approach, we have some groundbreaking news from Toyota that could shake the foundations of the EV market. Toyota's new Ammonia engine, an engine that runs on ammonia, developed in collaboration with GAC Motors. This engine is a game changer that could potentially let us hold on to our beloved cars without worrying about future bans from the government. So, what's the deal with ammonia as fuel? Well, it's pretty interesting stuff. Ammonia is made up of one nitrogen atom bonded to 3 hydrogen atoms. The cool part? There's not a single carbon atom in sight, which means when ammonia is burned, it doesn't produce carbon dioxide emissions. That's a big deal in the fight against pollution. The concept of using ammonia as a fuel isn't brand new. It's been considered for ships and heavy machinery before. But Toyota and GAC's leap into fitting a liquid ammonia engine into a regular car is something straight out of a sci-fi novel. They've managed to create a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that pumps out 161 horsepower and slashes carbon emissions by a staggering 90%. This ammonia engine is turning heads and sparking imaginations about what the future of driving could look like. With its low emissions and the promise of using existing car models, it represents a fascinating alternative to the electric vehicle wave. Toyota's move here is not just about innovation, it's a statement, a challenge to the status quo, and a nod to the diversity of solutions needed in our quest for a greener planet. Now, if you think Toyota's taking it easy on the electric front, think again. They've got plans that could make EV enthusiasts' hearts skip a beat. Picture EVs boasting a range of over 600 miles by 2026, and pushing towards an astonishing 900 miles shortly after. The first to roll out with this jaw-dropping range will wear the Lexus badge, armed with cutting-edge lithium-ion batteries. Toyota's vision stretches far beyond just amping up battery life. They're talking about revving up vehicle production with gigacasting technologies and slicing through the air with ultra-aerodynamic designs. Yet, in the midst of this electric and hydrogen buzz, they haven't forgotten the beat of the internal combustion engine. Toyota's playing the long game, refining and reinventing, ensuring they've got a varied lineup for consumers across the globe. So what's your take? Should Toyota bid farewell to combustion engines once and for all? Or are you on board with their strategy to explore every avenue in tackling the energy crisis? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to check out our other amazing videos.